When my sister Betsy and I were young, we lived in a charming old farmhouse. It was full of secrets and adventures. One thing that stood out was the spirit, or a ghost, that we affectionately called Mother. She seemed kind and nurturing, always looking out for us. There were mornings when we would wake up to find cups on our nightstands that hadn't been there before. We believed that Mother would leave them for us, worried that we might get thirsty during the night. It made us feel cared for and protected. But the most fascinating thing was the antique wooden chair in the living room. We would often find it slowly inching forward when we weren't paying attention. It was like Mother wanted to be closer to us, to share our moments of joy and playfulness. Sometimes, she would even manage to move it to the center of the room. We would feel a sense of sadness when we had to put it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. Years later, long after we had left the farmhouse, I stumbled upon a newspaper article that shed light on a dark past of the same farmhouse that we used to live in. It turns out that the original occupant was a widow who had tragically taken the lives of her 2 children by giving them poisoned milk before bed. She then took her own life, hanging herself in the living room. Looking at the old photograph in the article, I saw the woman's dead body hanging from a beam. And there, beneath her, was the same wooden chair. It was knocked over and placed exactly in the center of the room. I still remember that one day, when I was in high school. I had my house all to myself for a weekend. It was a typical day, until something caught my eye as I drove past my house after school. I thought I saw an old lady in a white dress peeking through my sister's window. It seemed kinda weird, so I went into my sister's room to check what it actually was, or it was just an illusion of my brain. When I entered my sister's room, I searched every corner of the room, but there was nothing. I shrugged it off as my imagination played tricks on me, and went about my day. Little did I know, the strange encounter wasn't over yet. Later that night, I received a call from one of my neighbors. Her voice was filled with panic and fear. She described that she saw an old lady pacing back and forth in my sister's room. My heart raced as I realized that what I had dismissed as my imagination was something more. To this day, I still can't explain what I saw or what my neighbor had witnessed. I used to live in this old house from about years 7 to 10 old, so this happened a while ago, but when me and my family, mom and twin sisters, both 4 at the time, moved, there was something kinda off about it. There was always this sense of dread there, and the type that will make you feel like you being watched. But the creepiest part of the house was this small closet underneath our stairs, going down to the basement, where I and my sisters slept. In the 4 years of living there, none of us ever went into there because of how creepy it was, but that's beside the point. The first couple of incidents that happened weren't really that big, just things like lights turning on when you thought you turned them off, and doors doing the same thing, but when then the more messed up stuff started happening. Most nights when I tried to sleep, I always had this sense that someone was watching me in the pitch black, and some nights I couldn't even move. This one night, when I was about 8, I couldn't sleep at all, and so I tried to sleep in my mom's bed. I was awake till about 2 in the morning until I started to get the feeling someone was watching me, and I couldn't move. That was until I heard my mom's music box start playing. Then I was totally crap my pants scared. And then when I tried to wake my mom up, it stopped. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. Nothing really happened after that except me and my sisters slowly stopped sleeping in our room and started sleeping on the upstairs couch, because we were so scared, and adversely my mom had to sell the house, because we couldn't pay for it anymore. But on the last night that we were there, and one of my sisters decided that we were going to go into the closet, and looked behind the corner to just see what was there, and right as we were going around it, the door slammed shut, and I screamed and ran to the door, pushing one another out of the way. And when we went to tell our family, they didn't believe us. Years later, I learned that the old man that made the house used to live in it also died in it. That story was shared by someone on the internet. Do you ever had any paranormal or mind-disturbing incident that you can't forget? You can share it with us in the comments section. And if you want your story to be featured in the video, then send your story to the email address I left in the description. Don't forget to hit subscribe to get more interesting stories daily in your feed. So see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and your family.